Teach Radio. Teach2Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all. Education for all, for all.
Welcome to Teach2Teach radio program. Today we'll be looking at numeracy skills development. With me to do the discussion
Zakaria Fatima from Kwanzuli EA Primary School.
Millicent Fibina, Totenyele Primary School.
Ilyasu Esule, Kwanzuli Primary School.
Mohamed Feruza, Totenyele Primary School.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Let's start by asking ourselves, what are the numeracy competencies that children should acquire in schools?
I think with the numeracy competencies, we can talk of counting and cardinality, where counting involves assigning numbers to elements in a set. And then cardinality talks of position, quantity. It deals with the question of how many positions as well as the sizes.
Okay. Any other?
I would say that they should be able to perform the basic number operations, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In school, when they acquire those basic operation skills, they'll be able to apply it at home. Because in the school, when they teach them to add two different objects together, they will be able to know the total number. Thereby, when they are in their house and they are asked to add things together, they'll be able to add them. And also, their parents, they mostly send them to the market to help them with their work. Those children will be able to sell on behalf of their parents, even in their absence. With that, they can be able to sell and also give change. If you don't know these basic skills, I don't think you'll be able to sell anything to someone because you don't even know the amount. When the person gives you the money, I don't think you will be able to know whether this particular item is the exact amount that the person is giving you or is more.
Good.
Just to add to what Madam Fatima has said, though I disagree with her saying sending them to the market, because we don't encourage that. But I think I will say sending them on errands when they are at
Me, for example, when I was in school, I used to go to the market after school.
Okay.
Going with them to the market, that is what I disagree. We don't encourage that.
But I also agree with Madam Fatima, because sending a child to go and buy something, the child is just learning something from you. It's not maybe a KG child or P2 or P2, but at least someone who is up to 10 years and above can just run a store and buy you maybe a Maggi, sachet of water.
Then you are rather agreeing with me, not Fatima.
Not that she's saying sending them to sell.
Selling them on
market.
errands.
Oh, okay.
Children should be able to know how to deduct or subtract something from out of something.
Yeah. They should be able to know how to subtract.
Some of the items we use in their house, it requires measurements.
Okay.
So they should be able to identify shapes and also measurements. Like we used to sell oil in the house. So when you don't know the measurement, I don't think you'll be able to measure and sell.
Good.
So I think that acquiring basic measurement skills in the school will help a lot in the house.
Another core competence I will add is geometric, which deals with the shapes of objects. And with this, I think even the parents can help. Even though in school we use things like triangles, circles, rectangles and other forms of shapes, but in the house we can encourage children to be around with their parents, or parents to always try to let children identify the nature of our traditional homes. They can also speak about shapes. For instance, our round houses we build in our communities. When they are going to build it, they will first put a circle, put a rope and a stick in front, tie a rope to it, then draw a circle on the ground and start laying foundation. These shapes can also help, particularly the way we roof our houses, either rectangularly or triangular shape. The edges sometimes they are triangular and other parts are rectangular shapes. I think this will help our children.
Thank you very much. It's good we have had an example from our home. They don't use a tape measure, but they use the rope or twine. And sometimes when they finish, you think that an architect has been invited to come and do the design. I think that's fantastic. Let's look at, give two examples. I mean, that of the school and then that of home. Can we have something like a numeracy
I
environment?
think in the homes, there are local games such as Oware and then Ludu. These two games particularly deal with numeracy, counting, for instance. With this Oware, you should know how many pebbles are in one hole and then how to do some calculations and go and pick from your partner. So I think these things,
The
and
use
then
of
the
games.
Ludo, use of games.
Very
the Ludo
good.
also, they have numbers on it, which helps the children in the
Can we have another
counting.
example?
And in
Yes,
the school,
Mm-hmm.
we can let them bring stones
Mhm.
to the class and count up to 10 or 15.
Use the stones.
Use the stones.
Very good.
Yeah.
At least use of local
Material.
materials.
material.
You don't buy items.
Yes.
You can let the children bring, or you yourself bring stones. Yes,
Yeah,
Minister?
in the school we can also have a calculation on the wall. You can just do some measurements like 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 1 meter, and write it that way on the wall so that anytime you want to do measurements, you can just go and start there and have a rope. When you put the rope from maybe 1 centimeter to 2 centimeter, you know that this is 2 centimeter.
Centimeters.
Yes, so that way you can also use it.
I think we can also use bottle tops.
Mm-hmm.
That one is available both at school and at home.
At home.
So when you are in school, we usually have those things in the school. So when we are going to count, we use it. And at home too, those things, when you just come out from your house, people just throw them away. So when you need to count in the house, I think when you come out, you just get them and pick it so that you go back in the house and
So do
use
you
it
have
to
them in
count.
your classroom?
Yeah, we have it in
You
the
have them in the
classroom.
classroom.
High school, for instance, the number of bottle tops, I believe they are over 2,000.
Even the sticks.
That is
you
good.
can use it.
They can use it at their own time.
Time.
No one will say, I don't have bottle tops, I don't have stones.
Yes.
So 2,000 is good.
I
Yes.
think in the home too we can also use these boxes
Uh-huh.
for the plain geometry.
Okay.
Maybe you have a something rectangular, something square.
Okay.
You can just use that one and the children will also learn the plain geometry shapes in the home too. And even in school, yes.
Which ones are common in our homes? I mean, those things that are available for these children to use in our homes. Which one do parents commonly use to support the children?
The bottle tops are there
bottle
to
cartons.
help them count the boxes too. That is the empty cartons, the empty use containers. Those ones are also there to help them with the measurements too. Yes.
And they can use the ropes.
Yes, the ropes too.
Now, let's look at things that we can employ to attract the interest of these children to love numeracy or mathematics. Yes.
Yes, you can use songs. When you are going to introduce a lesson and you see that the child, especially this mathematics, actually, if you don't use songs sometimes and games and play, they wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
So the songs, when you begin to sing them, that's started with I'm counting one, what is one? One is one alone, alone it shall be. So the child will know that, oh, we are coming to do counting today. So already you have started with the I'm counting one. The child will know that, oh, maybe I'm also coming to say I'm counting two. So it will help the child to motivate him or her to like to learn.
Very good. You were trying to say something.
Yes, I think we can also use riddles. For instance, you can ask a child a question like, I am a number, if you add me to myself, you get 6. What number am I? I think such things children like it.
Riddles, use of riddles. Any other?
And with regards to the song, most of the topics we have songs for those things, especially counting and shapes and colors. All of them, we have songs for them. So I think when you are reciting those songs with them, always when you ask them about the shape, they will refer to the song. Then when they identify it, they will come back and tell you that this is what it is.
And then rhymes, as well as riddles. Very good.
And mathematical games.
Mathematical games.
Even
Mathematical
dancing,
games, yeah.
sometimes we use dancing.
Dancing too.
Yes.
Yes. Can we
You
hear
shake
more
your
about
waist.
that?
You can tell them that when I count 3, you shake your
Shake
waist
your
3
waist.
times.
When I count, okay,
Yes.
3 times.
So with that, they'll be able to identify the numbers. Sometimes
okay.
identification of numbers is very difficult for
Right.
those, especially in KG and Basic 1.
Okay.
So when
Like
you use those
mathematical
ones,
songs.
Uh-huh.
when you ask them to come to the board and write 3, draw 3 objects, they will be able to do it, because when they were dancing, they were doing it. So I think that using it is also important.
Very good. I like the example you gave. You count 3 and ask them to shake their waist 3 times. This is very, very important, this example that you have given. Which of these do these children share at home, particularly when they are at home? And with their siblings, of course.
With such mathematical games like the example Madame has given, immediately they get to the house, they try to sing those songs to their parents. They even in pairs play those kind of songs to their parents.
Yes,
I can remember in our school, one parent came to the class 3 teacher and then told him that, oh, this time my children are learning very well. And then she tried to sing the song the child has been singing to her in the house. So it was very lively.
I have my boy, when he come from school, he will say, Mama, let me sing this song for you.
Great.
Teacher taught us. And 1 + 1, say 2, and I say 2. 2 + 2, say 4, and I say 4. 4 + 4, that I should say 8, and I say 8. Shet mulewa, madam uhuma. Shet mulewa, madam uhuma.
Very interesting. So do these children probably at home teach their siblings in terms of running down what they have learned to their siblings at home?
Oh,
that
yes.
kind of cascading approach.
They do.
Uh-huh.
Even me, my girls.
You give an example.
Yes, you always want to teach her brother, and I will always say no. Let him also do by himself.
I think
One
they-
girl in our house like this, always when she comes home from school, she will gather those small kids in the house. They will sit down at the
Yes.
veranda. Then she will go and stand on the wall and pick a cane. Then she will be teaching them what she learned in school.
Good.
When you are quiet and you are not talking, she will come and cane you and say, that's what madam does in class.
That's a very good example.
Even when you observe the children very well, usually when they are alone, they try to teach the other colleagues what they learn from school. If you are very observant, they go and sit at a corner, and then one of them will be their teacher, teaching them what she or he learned from school. When she finishes, the other one will come on board. But where I agree with Madame is that sometimes they overdo it. For instance, I bought a copy book for my daughter. My nephew brought her children to the house. The girl just took the book and wrote everything. Her level is more than my daughter's level. So she just wrote everything, completed the book and put it down. So when I came, I saw that the book had been completed, which is supposed to be used for the whole term.
So this one, where would the other one practice?
So I think monitoring
Yes.
the way they do things is very important. You should always look at what they are doing, have time for them, monitor and provide the necessary guidance. Now let's look at this particular stereotype where a teacher or our caregivers or parents will say that girls are not good in mathematics or numeracy. What do we have to say? Will you agree with that or you disagree?
I, for instance, disagree with that notion, because in some of the classes, the girls even perform better than the boys. So, in fact, I disagree with that notion.
Okay. You disagree? Any other?
To me, there was always competition between boys and girls in their class.
Your class?
Yes, because
At which
if
level was that?
from basic 6 to JSS 1.
DHS, okay.
Yes, there was always competition, because when it happens that they do quizzes, they usually give us quizzes between boys and girls. So when these quizzes happen and the girls fall behind, the way they will make fun of you. So it's not always easy. And back at my school, my class, the girls are always topping. They are always on top and the boys are down.
You see?
Yes. So for me,
Yeah,
the
I-
girls
You don't
are
agree?
very good.
You
Yeah.
I
disagree?
disagree.
Very good.
Because both boys and girls should learn maths.
Good.
I have my firstborn. She know how to work maths. So
She can work math.
And I think that when they
Very
are
good.
able to pick up the basic operations, they
They'll be
will
able
be
to
good to go.
do
Yeah.
more. And have you heard or seen or experienced a lady mathematician who is teaching in a school? Have you come across
I like
any?
that. I can
Yes.
cite example.
Very good.
This quiz a mass competition.
Yes.
we
Please
watch
say
on,
it again.
TV stations.
That's right.
Professor
Erama.
Erama, something like that.
the leads.
She was.
Yeah.
I think she was quite
Good.
good. And even most of the girls performed during or
Alhaji, even my
quizzes?
JSS madam, she was a mathematics madam. And she was very particular about girls.
Good.
She said
So-
she wants us to become like her. So
Very good.
she
At least
was-
let's clap for her. Good. Now, in 30 seconds, just tell us what you will tell the parents who have that kind of wrong perception that ladies are not good at mathematics or science. Yeah, let's have some 30 seconds. Millicent, are you in position to say something?
Yes, we should encourage our girls to do maths. I will say for now, because I've learned here, it's not difficult.
Very good.
So let's encourage them
I like
to
that.
learn the mathematics at the basic level. When they go out, it won't be difficult for them.
Yes.
I would advise parents to always assist their children. I think when you put your mind into something, you'll be able to achieve it.
Good.
So when they come home, the parents should be able to guide them.
Mm.
I will plead with our parents, they should encourage our girls to learn maths and science in the school.
I will encourage teachers to put on more effort to let the ladies catch up. If there are differences, they should put on more efforts to bridge that gap, so that in future we wouldn't have such a notion or such ideas about ladies.
Good. Thank you very much. I think it has been very exciting. We have learned a lot, and hopefully next week we'll have more to talk about. On this note, we wish to thank all of you and pray that you are in good health, so that when we invite you again, you will be with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Teach2Teach Radio. Teach2Teach Radio. Education for all. For all. For all. Education for all. For all.